Good afternoon, students. A character in Samuel Beckett's play, and here a question arises, question about the author in any text. Exactly towards the end of 20th century, we witnessed a convergence of various literary forms such as fiction, drama and poetry into a form which we call a text. The process had already started much earlier when forces like new critical school of criticism began questioning the context of a text, began questioning the authorial intent and all the factors that remain outside the text being a condition for a text to be composed. In 1960s, the arrival of Ferdinand de Saussure on the literary critical scene amplified the process. De Saussure began with focus on arbitrariness of the sign. He said that signs are arbitrary and they normally do not refer to anything outside the language system. The usual assumption is a classic, a traditional work is a work and a modern work is a text. But there is a problem there. Very often a classic is a text and a modern text is a work. It is essential to draw the boundary line, to look at text and work and to find out the distinctions. In this context, it is essential to have a reading of Roland Barthes' essay From Work to Text. Roland Barthes is a French philosopher and critic. His essay From Work to Text, published in the year 1971, focuses upon both the term text and the term work. Now, his analysis of work and text has the overtones of post-structuralist criticism. He is a structuralist, but possibly he heralds the beginning of post-structuralism. The title of the essay, From Work to Text, indicates a shift from work to text. Now, work is any traditional text. It is the concept that is questioned, and text is projected as the new level playing field of the modern ethos. Barthes uses the article to find out and to emphasize the basic differences between the text and the work. He enunciates a 7-point scale to make the terms distinct. The work is concrete, he says, but the text is a methodological field. Work can be held in hand, work occupies space, work can be placed on a table, work can be there in the syllabus, work can be in the bookstore. It is tangible, it is concrete. But text is mental space. The moment we start reading a work, the work turns into a text. The text is always potential work. Work is held in hand, but text is held in language. The author of a work is a creative genius who puts meaning into the work, but text doesn't have any author. Text is paradoxical. Doxa is commonly accepted opinion. A work is related to commonly accepted opinion. It is always tied to some sort of meaning put into the work by the author. The author is the author God, and he puts meaning into the work. But text is paradoxical. It goes beyond the doxa. It goes beyond the commonly accepted opinion. Text usually defy any genre. They cannot be interpreted in terms of genre or hierarchical classification. A text is a text. It doesn't come under any category. Now, Barthes goes on to say that work is normally tied to one signified. There may be two levels of meaning: the literal meaning that the words normally offer us, or one may go beyond the literal meaning to find out some hidden meaning. But the text cannot be interpreted that way. A text uses linguistic science. It is held in language, I have already said. And linguistic science never refer to any outside reality. Linguistic science mean in their difference. So, the nature of linguistic science makes the text somehow a sort of network of meanings which cannot be approached so easily. Text is a signifier, and the signifier hits the signified, and again the signified becomes a signifier, and the text normally drags the mind in search of meaning, and the process is eternal. There is no end to it. Text is plural. A work is normally tied to one meaning, or at best different layers of meaning, which are actually the formal meaning, the literal meaning, and the hidden meaning. But the text goes beyond that. A text is infinite references. A text is signifiers cut up in a network of signifiers. A text is related to other texts. A text has a pretext. A text has a post-text. A text is related to a number of texts, and intertextuality comes into play. A text can be meant when it is related to other texts. Otherwise, we cannot create meaning into a text. That's why text is read without a father signature. The father is not there. The author is declared to be dead. Okay. How does it matter who speaks? We are concerned with what is said, not who says. And so, we normally declare that the author is not a presence in the text, and possibly with that, Barthes goes on to write his next essay, The Death of the Author. Thank you. We will continue this.